Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I highlight and contour, please continue watching. I prime my face using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and I just use that all over my face. Make sure that it goes on evenly. And the other primer that I use is the Pore Professional Primer from Benefit Cosmetics, and I just use that on the T-zone area because I have really oily skin. Next, I color correct by using the orange color corrector from LA Girl Cosmetics. And I just put that on the dark parts of my face. Over the color corrector, I use another concealer, and it's Almond by LA Girl Cosmetics. And I just use that to kind of hide the orange color corrector. I just like everything to be one color, in which it kind of helps even out the foundation as well. And I just pat that in using the stopper brush that I got from e.l.f. Cosmetics. You can get that at any drugstore. It's only like $3. And I just keep blending that in until I don't see anything. For my foundation, I'm using the Infallible Pro Matte Foundation by L'Oreal, and it's in the color Soft Sable. And I just put that all over my face using the oval brush that I got from TJ Maxx, I think. And it's like my third or fourth time using this. I just like it because it kind of makes my foundation go on evenly, and I don't have to really do too much. So I'm just making sure the foundation is going on evenly and everything looks the same color as well. So I'm just going to pat that in. To highlight, I use two concealers. The first concealer I'm using is by LA Girl Cosmetics, and it's in the color Almond. And I only use this concealer under the eye. And I just use a beauty blender to blend that product out under the eye. And I just keep dabbing that out until I don't see any patches. The next concealer I use is from NARS, and it's the Creamy Concealer in the color Biscuit. And I put this concealer everywhere, under the eye, and under my nose, like around the cubic zone area. And I highlight, my bad. I highlight according to the shape of my face. And as of now, I don't do too much for the forehead, as always. I used to like go extra, but for some reason now I've learned to just only do the mid section of your forehead, since at times it looks like I have a 5 head. And I just dab that in using a beauty blender as well. And I make sure I dab evenly under the eye. I don't want any patches or any creasing, so I just keep dabbing until I make sure that everything looks flawless. You don't want to have creasing under the eye, because if you set it, it will show the lines, and you don't want dry patches either. And if you have dry patches, you can spray your beauty blender or whatever you use to blend out your concealer with like a fixed spray or something like that, and that will help too. And I just continue dabbing. Dab, dab, dab. To contour, I'm using the Black Opal Foundation Stick in Suede, and I'm showing you how I contour. I start at when you do contour, you want to start at the top of your ear, and you want to go down under your cheekbones. And you can do a straight line if you want to, but I usually do like a curve triangle maybe, because I'm going like towards the shape of my face. And I do the same thing to the other side. I'm measuring that by measuring above my ear, and I'm doing another little curve side triangle on the other side. I'm going under my lip. I just like that shadowy type look. and I'm going under my jawbone area. If you have a longer face, you can always draw slightly above your jawline to like kind of like do like a cutoff. That's only if you have a longer face. I'm doing the side parts of my forehead because I have forehead. I was about to say it anyway, because I have a larger forehead, and I like to show the illusion that my forehead is slightly smaller. So that's the only reason why I do it that way. For my nose, I start off at the top of my brows and I go down, and that's how I contour my nose, and that's how I know the shape of my nose. To move that product and like to brush it out, I use a stopper brush, and I think this is from Wet n Wild, and I think this brush is like $4 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but I will check back and have everything listed below. But I just like to use a stopper brush because it helps move the product more, and to me it's kind of quicker and it's easier, and I just use that everywhere that I put the contour. And I do go back over everything with a beauty blender to be on the safe side, because you want to make sure that contour is blended out. You don't want to be, walking around there looking crazy. Your contour not blended. Okay, and I use a beauty blender to contour with my nose only, because that's the easiest way to do it for me. And I just keep dabbing that and blending that out until I like the way it looks, because I like a natural contour. Next, I'm using the Maybelline Master Fix to set my concealer, and I really love this stuff. Like this is my favorite setting powder so far. It's very affordable, and it leaves like a matted, flawless finish. As you can see, I'm taking my setting powder like going towards the side of my nose. And this technique will help your nose appear smaller, and you'll have a nice little contour, giving you an instant nose job. And you don't have to highlight your contour. I do that because I just like the way that looks. You don't want to go too far forward. Like you don't want to go too far to your chin. You kind of just want to stop it like midway. And I really just use the setting powder everywhere that I use my concealer. To remove the excess powder from the setting powder, I use a mineralized skin finish, which is from MAC Cosmetics in the color Dark Tan. You will, it's best to use a mineralized powder instead of a pressed powder, because a pressed powder can change the color of your highlight and it can be a little bit too heavy. A mineralized is kind of lightweight and it's easier. And before I dust the excess powder from under my eye, I go back under my eye and I add like another little smoky layer under the lash line. Then I go back and dust the rest, because if just in case I have any fallout or anything like that, it could just come straight off with the setting powder. To contour, I'm using the Black Radiant True Complexion Palette, and I'm using the Sculpt color. I think it's next to the contour color, and I just use that everywhere I had my cream contour, because it's best to set your cream contour with a powder. Then I go back, I use a blending brush to scope out my nose. Then I go back and use the darkest color, which is the contour color, and I go back and use that. You can stop at the sculpt color, but I just like a darker contour. Like I always said, I'm kind of extra when it comes down to makeup, so I like to go far and beyond, I guess, and I go a little darker. The blush that I'm using is from Tarte, and it's in the color Entertain, and I'm just showing you how you place your blush, in which you place it right above your contour, and I'm doing the same to the other side. To highlight, I'm using the Star Powders from Jannar Cosmetics in the color Dorothy, and I just place that on my cheekbones, side, under my brow bone. I do that to the same thing to the other side. And I also place the highlight on my nose. I do like right above my lip, and every now and then I do my forehead and the chin. I love a highlight, so I kind of go a little crazy when it comes down to a highlight. To set everything, I use the Black Opal blocking oil, and I just use that everywhere. For my lips, I'm using two colors from ColourPop Cosmetics. The first color is Lumiere 2, and I'm using that as a liner. And I'm using the darker color first because I want to give an illusion that I have fuller lips. So, and that's what you want to do when you use like a darker liner or a lipstick as a liner. Always use a darker color first. I'm going back over there with Stingray, and that's another color from ColourPop. And I'm just using that over the darker color. I'm using the Slay All Day spray by Gennaro Cosmetics, and I'm making sure that goes into my skin by using a regular brush to pat that in. And here's my completed look. I hope you guys like it. If you do, give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching.